So, hi guys, this is Shrish and I'm currently a second year student at VIIT Pune. Today we'll be reviewing one of the oldest colleges in India, COEP Pune, which holds very good culture, very good placements, very good seniors, typically the smartest brains in the country, not if not in the country, in Pune, in Maharashtra. One of the best colleges in Pune, one of the best colleges in Maharashtra even. रिव्यू स्टार्ट करने से पहले यार कंसिडरिंग कि ये जो वीडियो है वो काफ़ी सारे फर्स्ट ईयर्स देख रहे होंगे, एफवाई स्टूडेंट्स देख रहे होंगे, आपके लिए यार मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में एक कोडिंग निंजाज की लिंक रखी है. तो बेसिकली कोडिंग निंजाज इज अ प्लेटफॉर्म वेर यू कैन स्टडी इन अ स्ट्रक्चर्ड मैनर. कौन से टॉपिक्स आप सीख सकते हो, और डीएसए आप सीख सकते हो, डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स एल्गोरिदम्स. कोई लैंग्वेज आपको सीखनी है तो वो आप सीख सकते हो. सिस्टम डिज़ाइन आपको सीखना है वो आप सीख सकते हो. कोई एक टेक स्टैक सीखना है, जैसे आपको मर्ज स्टैक डेवलपमेंट सीखना है, वेब डेवलपमेंट का जो पार्ट होता है तो वो आप सीख सकते हो. एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट वहाँ पे आप सीख सकते हो. काफ़ी सारे कोर्सेज वो ऑफर करते हैं. कंप्यूटर प्रोग्रामिंग के लिए अगर आप थोड़ा बहुत देखना चाहते हो तो वो भी आप सीख सकते हो. तो बेसिकली दे ऑफर अर्ली बर्ड डिस्काउंट विच इज़ करंटली गोइंग ऑन देयर पेज. एंड ऑल्सो आई हैव अ रेफरल लिंक फॉर यू गाइज, जिससे अगर आप कोई भी कोर्स परचेज करते हो, अगर आप उस रेफरल लिंक से जाते हो तो आपको एक एडिशनल 10% ऑफ मिलता है. उसी के साथ साथ आपको जो अर्ली बर्ड डिस्काउंट यार 10-15% या इवन 20% समटाइम्स होता है तो वो भी मिल जाता है. तो काफ़ी एक हेफ्टी अमाउंट का डिस्काउंट आपको मिल रहा होगा. तो बेसिकली आपको बस ये करना है, अगर आप एक फर्स्ट ईयर हो, इवन अगर आप एक सेकेंड ईयर के स्टूडेंट हो, थर्ड ईयर के स्टूडेंट हो, अगर आपको कंसाइज्ड वे में, अगर आपको स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में कहीं पे कुछ सिलेबस चाहिए है तो यू कैन डेफिनेटली चेक आउट द लिंक गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन. एक और चीज़ यार, वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले, अगर आप एक ऐसे स्टूडेंट हो जो अभी एडमिशन लेना चाहते हो, अभी इन द सेंस अभी नेक्स्ट एकेडमिक ईयर में, और आप किसी एक पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज को टारगेट कर रहे हो और आपको उस चीज़ का रिव्यू चाहिए, तो आप डेफिनेटली चैट बॉक्स में या कमेंट सेक्शन में जाके यार बोल सकते हो कि कॉलेज का नाम आप हमें बता सकते हो. तो बेसिकली वी कैन ऑलवेज फाइंड समवन हु इज़ स्टडिंग देयर, हु हैज़ अ गुड एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ द कॉलेज, कि कॉलेज में कैसे चीज़ें चल रही होती है. तो बेसिकली हम उनको ऑन बोर्ड लेके आपको एक डिटेल्ड रिव्यू प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो लेट्स बिगिन विद द वीडियो. अगर आपके पास टाइम कम है तो फॉर बेटर प्रोडक्टिविटी यू कैन ऑलवेज कंसिडर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो ऑन 2x स्पीड. सारी चीज़ें समझ में आ जाएंगी आपको. ठीक है, सो लेट्स बिगिन. So hi, we have with us Anup Nair, who is a fourth year student at COEP Pune, and we'll go with your introduction and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah, so hello guys, I'm Anup Nair and I'm a fourth year student at College of Engineering Pune. I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's in computer science. I joined in 2018 and this is currently my last year. So I was fortunate enough to experience at least 1.5 years of normal college life, as you would say, before COVID hit. Yeah, that's pretty much about me. Other than, the normal work and study stuff, I like to game and go out for treks and stuff like that. I've served as a vice president at the Computer Society of India COAP student chapter, and I've also interned at DE Shaw India previously. So right now, also I'm interning there. So basically, that's a bit of the technical background about me. I've also been a part of other clubs at the college, which include COAP's flagship Mindspark and a lot of other non-technical slash technical clubs. So yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Great. So thank you for being here, and basically on a very short notice, that's very fortunate. So before starting with the review, we have one simple question that how did you get into COP? मतलब एक IIT NIT नहीं मिला इसलिए हमने MHT CET की प्रिपरेशन चालू करी और फिर COP happened, or was your first choice COP?
Okay, good question. Because unlike many of my other friends, like I was not into the IIT JEE thing. I didn't prepare much for it. I always wanted to sort of stay in Pune. So my main goal was to get into COAP. So mostly it was through CET. And yes, my admission into COAP was through the fourth round. And I was not initially into my branch, which is computer science. So I was initially into metallurgy, but I was fortunate enough to change my branch in the second year. That's how I got into which branch in college I wanted to be in exactly.
Great. So you have scored decently in offline college in the first year of engineering, it seems.
Yeah, you could say.
Great. So, how was your experience so far, considering your expectations from the college? As you said that मुझे COEP में ही जाना था, so sort of it was a goal for you. So, how was
Mhm.
your experience till now? And like if you can talk about seniors, रैगिंग कुछ होता है कॉलेज में नहीं होता है. अगर मतलब आप हॉस्टल में नहीं रहते हो, लोकलाइट हो तो भी जो भी आपको इनपुट्स मिले हॉस्टल के बारे में उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएं और मेस के बारे में भी.
Cool. So COAP is a place in itself. It's an experience in itself, I would say. So the very first time you enter into the college, you'll be surrounded by all these people, all these strange faces, but obviously they are the smartest of them all. And
Right.
you have so many people, so many things going out about around you, that you don't get to experience everything at a go. So it's always the bits and pieces. COEP is always lived up to the expectations. COEP is not just College of Engineering Pune. There's a abbreviation among the COEPians that it's College of Everything Pune. So you have so many things going around. It's an interesting place to be in. You can easily hop around from one club or one fest and still be attending classes, running around the campus. So the offline college was a great experience in itself. I'm a localite and I've spent most of my time like traveling to and fro. So like most of my time that I used to spend in college was um, you know with the assumption that I have to go back home and get things done. So certainly I got to spend little time less on the campus. That was fair enough. Speaking about the hostel, like even localites tend to go to hostel sometimes during the fest and spend
Mhm.
time with their friends in their own rooms. The hostel facilities are pretty good, I'd say, in comparison to some other hostels. So I've been in like two different blocks in the hostel, and like all of the things were pretty good out there. Yeah, I've also got a chance to go to the mess sometimes. The food is
Mhm.
good, but again, you have different messes for different years, so the quality of food might be different. I'm not the best person to judge that, so I'd just leave that in the air. And then speaking about ragging, it's something that has never happened. Um, Not even for fun. Your seniors would never do that. In fact, the seniors that you'll find here are some of the most helpful people ever. I was fortunate enough to have two seniors who were very closely helping me out, be it academics, internships, or even personal life advices. So you get some really awesome seniors here, and there is no concept of ragging. At least that's what I know.
Great. Uh, so my next question to you is that in recent times, so in COVID, the lockdown has hugely impacted the students and the colleges, in fact. So basically, for a college to put down the offline experience and making sure that the students are not being hampered or their growth is not being hampered when in offline online mode. So how has COEP managed to deal with this?
Right. So I would say that COAP was very different when compared to other colleges, because whatever we had going on offline, most of it was at least tried to be brought to the online mode. And with every
Mhm.
passing semester, the college, improved with the mistakes from the previous semester. So it's a gradual process, but right now I'd say the online mode of college is very sophisticated. We used to have our lectures on time. The schedules were fixed and sent out right before the semester began. We had our labs on time, so that's for all the labs that could happen online. For the other
Mhm.
branches where labs were not possible, they were shifted. Like whenever the pandemic was in not in its peak, they were like called up for their labs. So that's one
Mhm.
thing. Then we had our exams all happening very systematically. So we usually have like three exams per semester. So
Mhm.
the difficulty level of the exams were adjusted obviously because things were online. And not only that, like a lot of anti-cheat measures were taken by the college to make sure that the experience is fair for everyone. We have our own in-house Moodle, and the quiz systems there are much more improved than they were in 2020. So overall, I'd say the college has taken really great steps to maintain the quality of education. Things have been going on smoothly, and we hope that we do not have to go in this online mode again. But yeah, it's been good so far.
Definitely. So great. So before moving forward, I would like to narrate the materialistic things, the statistical things which about the college. So basically, these are the things which you can easily access on their websites or on Google. So I'll be briefing you about the same. So basically, COEP was ranked in the rank bracket of 49 to 50 in NIRF 2019, and it had slipped to 52nd position in 2021. It was established in 1854, so it holds a pretty good history, and it has a very large campus, 36 acre का campus है, and I guess it is the largest in Pune for a technical college. So basically जहाँ पे सिर्फ engineering या technical related studies होती है, वहाँ पे 36 acre का campus COEP का ही सबसे बड़ा है. If we talk about connectivity, then by air, if we talk about by air, Pune International Airport से COEP is just 11.5 kilometers away. And by railways, if you talk about from the Pune railway station, it's around 2.5 kilometers away, so it's well connected. If we talk about the fees, then पर ईयर आपकी जो फीस होती है वो इंस्टीट्यूट फीस होती है आपकी 1,18,000, एंड हॉस्टल इसमें इंक्लूडेड नहीं है. ठीक है, अगर हम बात करें यार आप एडमिशन कैसे ले सकते हो, तो एक ही तरीका है MST CET, विच इज द महाराष्ट्र CET एग्जाम, कॉमन एंट्रेंस टेस्ट, and admission are done on the basis of ranks in MST CET through MST CET counseling. ठीक है. Now if we talk about what all streams are offered by the college and कितना approximate कट ऑफ रैंक होता है, MST CET का जो मेरिट नंबर होता है उसके हिसाब से क्या कट ऑफ होता है. सो कंप्यूटर साइंस का कट ऑफ रैंक होता है हमारा 238. कंप्यूटर साइंस इज क्लब्ड विथ IT, मतलब कंप्यूटर साइंस और IT एक क्लब्ड ब्रांच है. इनका थोड़ा जो इनटेक है वो भी ज्यादा होता है. देन COEP ऑल्सो ऑफर्स इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग, जिसका मोटा मोटा कट ऑफ यार 1000 रैंक तक आ जाता है. देन इट ऑफर्स ENTC, जिसका कट ऑफ 705 रैंक तक होता है. इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन, मैकेनिकल, मेटलर्जी, प्रोडक्शन एंड सिविल आर सम ऑफ इट्स ब्रांचेस, जिनका कट ऑफ यार थोड़ा सा 2000 3000 तक रेंज कर जाता है. सो बेसिकली आपके लिए अभी क्वेश्चन है कि थोड़ा सा टेल अस अबाउट द टेक्निकल एंड नॉन टेक्निकल क्लब्स इन COEP. सो बेसिकली अ फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट एज एंड व्हेन ही एंटर्स कॉलेज, तो पहले तो क्लब्स फ्रेशर्स को अप्रोच कर देते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी अगर कोई क्लब नहीं करता या फिर फ्रेशर को जानना है कि लाइक क्या है मेरे कॉलेज में, क्या क्या क्लब्स है, तो टेल अस समथिंग अबाउट इट.
Cool. Like I said before, COEP is sometimes known as College of Everything Pune. So that gets its name directly from the fact that there are so many clubs out there. Every branch has like technical as well as non-technical clubs. My personal experience, like when I entered first into college, like you had all these seniors coming up to your classes and talking about their clubs and why you should be a part of it. Yes, it can get a bit confusing for a person who doesn't have any idea but just wants to explore what's going on and what a club does. So, like, you have the college website where you can find a list of all the clubs, but like speaking strictly, you can segregate them into technical and non-technical. For example, in computer branch, there are like clubs like CSI and SDS, which are related to the core development things and also like carrying out other activities. But then also you'll find all the non-technical clubs. So you have the cultural club, then you have the arts and crafts club. So all of these are the non-technical clubs that you can explore based on your interests. Additionally, like you can be a part of like as many clubs as you wish. It's up to you as to how you want to devote time and manage your college academics with your extracurriculars. But I would say the experience that you gain out of it is really awesome. The nights before an event happens, or even before the fest, those are like some of the best nights that you can have. Yeah, in short, you can explore, you can learn, and you can also decide which clubs you want to be a part of. So I think it's very good in that sense.
Great. So now, apart from clubs, how is the coding culture at CIP? So now this is a very computer science centric question. If we talk about colleges like PICT, colleges like some colleges like Triple IT Pune, now they have only computer science related branch or circuit branches if we club them, CS, IT, and ENTC.
Mhm.
So COEP offers a range of courses, be it mechanical, metallurgical. So does it hamper the coding culture at COEP, or it enhances it? The student from rest of the branches also do actively participate in it.
Yeah, that's a good question because I would say having more people from different branches brings in much different perspectives into the entire coding culture paradigm. So in computer science or the circuit branches, as you mentioned, the coding culture is pretty good. I have myself been a part of the software development section club of the college, where we make
Mhm.
out so many different projects. We use really different tools, technologies, and stuff like that. Then
Mhm.
CSI, or the club that I served as a vice president for. So therein we conduct competitive coding uh, contests. So that's like done 2 times a year. So we allow almost everybody to participate, and we've certainly seen participation not only from the circuit branches but also from the other branches around. And knowing the juniors that we have right now, I can safely say that the coding culture is just on the rise. Um, like competitive coding, DSA, these are stuffs that most of the computer or circuit branch guys target at. But then there are also
Mhm.
web development and software development in general, something that
Mhm.
is very open to everybody. And then also additionally, there are machine learning, AI, and there's a club specifically for that where any people from any branch can join in. So I'd say the coding culture is pretty good at COAP.
Okay, so it definitely presence of other branch and its students definitely enhances the culture in itself.
Yeah, I agree.
So moving on to the next question, can you brief us about some hackathons conducted by COP and branch wise?
Right. So, one of the major hackathons that happens in the college is through the flagship event MindSpark. So, MindSpark conducts a hackathon every year. And this hackathon is not just college specific, it's rather national. So, colleges from all across the country participate in teams. Again, it's not branch specific. You could make up a team and join the hackathon anyways. Then,
Mhm.
speaking about other hackathons, CSI COEP is on the verge of conducting its first hackathon. So that will be more of a college specific thing, but you know, it could also open up. That depends. But yeah, certainly we are having more clubs organizing hackathons. All of these are branch, they are not branch specific, so people from any branches can join if they have a team and the necessary skills.
Okay. And what are some hackathons, global hackathons, which students do participate at CIP? So one of them being Smart India Hackathon being the uh, most popular one.
Yeah, Smart India Hackathon is one of the major ones. Other than that, like you have all these hackathons going on somewhere or the other. Even companies conduct their own hackathons. So we
Mhm.
usually tend to participate in teams when we get to know of these hackathons. Like I myself might have participated in 3 of these hackathons. So one was from a company, one was like a national level hackathon, and the other one was just like a global hackathon that started during the pandemic. In addition to like hackathons, there are also certain ideathons which come up where you can just propose
Mhm.
an idea and not necessarily build a product. So all of
Mhm.
these, they tend to come up. You get to know from your friends or your seniors, and you can just
Mhm.
form a team and get into the.
Great. Now, please tell us about the research opportunities provided by the college, and in addition to it, how has the college managed to provide, or how have students approached the college in online mode if they want to research about something?
So research is a very open field, as we all know. So you have to first be specific about the topic you want to explore or research more into. So all
Mhm.
these domains have domain experts in the college. So you can talk to that particular domain expert, which would be a faculty, and you can get more insights into the topic before you actually start your research. Once you are into the research phase, there are really good opportunities in terms of the hardware and tools that the college would provide. Because
Mhm.
sometimes research is extensive and it requires expensive hardware or software to deal with it. So the
Right.
college has a good infrastructure to deal with that. The faculty is
Mhm.
very knowledgeable and they do help a lot in terms of how you want to structure your research, all the way from choosing a topic and what you should do and how you end up publishing your paper. There have been
Mhm.
numerous COEP students who have got their research papers published, and
Mhm.
mostly it's in the final year that you get to explore more research opportunities. It's
Mhm.
not limited to branches here. Every branch does some or the other form of research, but I myself have worked on a research project with one of our faculty in the last semester, and the experience was super good. So I would say, in short, there are plenty of research opportunities. All you have to do is like find the right topic that you want to research and approach the right faculty.
So this were the questions related to academics. One more thing, which in which the college is involved definitely, but is very uh, a student-centric thing, which is our fest. Definitely, if IIT Bombay is the best college in India, then COEP is as well a competitor, not only in India but in Asia. So it would be no less than a mini MOODI. So tell us about it.
Yeah, like I said before, the fests are an experience in itself. So we have Mindspark, we have Regatta, we have Zest, and I don't know if I'm missing out on some of the fests, but all of these events have, you know, they are a world of their own. Every event will have a specified number of days in which they are conducted. So you can just go about exploring the things that happen. There are cultural nights which happen on most of these events. And then there is Impressions, which is the exclusive fest of CIP, as in you get to see the cultural team performing, you get to see all different forms of experiences that are brought out.
Mm.
So speaking about that, like it's really awesome to get to be a part of that, but we missed out on most of the stuff due to COVID. We only had like one or maybe two at max of all these fests happening around us. But when we went through, it was just really awesome. You could say the experiences that you collect out of these fests are, they are something different than anything else in the college. But yeah,
Mm.
overall, the college has also tried to bring these stuff to the online mode slowly, but yeah, the offline mode still wins over this.
And now the most anticipated part for which COEP is been aspired by many students, that is the placements culture, placements opportunities provided by the college. So we'll start with the internship. Tell us about the internship opportunities by the college and some big names which do recruit at COEP for internships.
Cool. So internships usually begin when you enter into third year. So
Mhm.
that's right immediately after you've completed 2 years, and then the companies start coming up. The college has its own portal for all the dedicated placement related activities. So you start getting notifications of the companies that are about to come, the rounds and the expected dates and stuff like that. So that's how a process actually has to go through. Then college will help you out with creating your resumes and things like that. Once you're done with that, like companies come through and all the eligible students can sit for the apti rounds, and then the process goes on and so on and so forth. So regarding the companies, like there are a lot of fintech companies which come to CIP. So some of the examples are D Shaw, RCCM, Goldman Sachs, Citi, etc. So these firms like recruit interns in their third years, and based on the summer internship performance, like they convert these interns to full times based on their performance during the internship. So that's one thing which is very common. Other than that, once you are through your internship phase, then you always have an opportunity to sit for placements. And this happens towards the start of the fourth round. So as I said, it's also very similar. You'll have the entire process of enrolling for different companies, creating your resumes and stuff like that. And then all of the process goes on. Now, for us, at least it was online. So we were like, we had all the online interviews scheduled for us and stuff like that. But yeah, the placement policies, like the placement process itself is pretty structured out, and there are lots of opportunities if you want to find a job.
Great. And are there any separate companies only coming for or only coming in the placement season and not recruiting for interns?
Yes, there are, because some of the names I mentioned in recruit only interns and then they convert them to full times. They usually don't come for placements, but there are lots of companies which do come for both internships and placements. So you'll see a mix of
Okay.
both.
Okay, so there's a fair chance that if you miss on the internship opportunity, then you can definitely sit for the same company. Not in
Yep.
every case, but in some case for the placements.
Right.
Great. So now this is again a very computer centric question. Do IT companies, or I'll say product and fintech companies, do segregate or put a branch barrier kind of a thing that only computer science IT students can sit for your placements? Mechanical students cannot even give the test. So I guess there's a basic front test that you have to appear for.
Hmm.
So is this a restriction put on by CAP or the company itself?
In most cases, the answer is no. Like it's almost not very brand specific. Like some companies allowed almost all the students to sit for the apti test, but yeah, certain companies do put a limit on which branches they want to select from. And I think
Mhm,
it's company specific and not something that the college interferes with. So
mhm,
you will see a lot of students getting placed in IT companies who are not from the circuit branches. So
mhm.
I would say it's not set in stone, but you will find certain companies that need certain branch.
Okay. So can you name some?
I think during our time, Goldman Sachs allowed everybody to sit.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like I didn't sit for a lot of companies, so that's mostly all I know about. But some of my friends
Okay.
did mention about their experience.
So many of my friends have taken up metallurgy, mechanical in CAP, as you mentioned right now. So apart from my friends, there are many students who aspire to take computer science or IT, which is the same thing right now, in COEP, and specifically in COEP when they do not get their preferred branches in IITs or NITs, and specifically Pune students. So, and considering the fact that they do not or they are not able to change their branches in second year, is it a good way to continue with the college, or keeping in mind that okay, I'll be going with mechanical and I'll be able to sit for computer science placements? So, can this thought process be okay while taking admission?
I mean, it's fair, uh, but a lot depends upon your interests that you develop. If you are
Mm-hmm,
pursuing mechanical and you have a real good interest towards coding, then as I said, the clubs are never brand specific. You can join any of the clubs, get to learn what you are interested in, sit for the appropriate companies, and you can make your way out. But again, it depends. If you actually don't want to do CS or like you're not finding it interesting, but then you say you want to still get placed in a CS company that might not work out. So
mm-hmm,
it's a, I mean, I wouldn't say a gamble, but it's still a good trade-off between how much you want to invest in the branch you're studying versus how much you want to invest in your interest. It solely comes
mm-hmm.
down to personal interest again. But I think it's fine. It's fair to have that thought process in mind.
So branch is never a restriction in CAP. Is that the final verdict?
Yeah, I agree because I have experienced it firsthand. I was able to
Mm,
go into certain coding clubs and other fests, and there is no barrier of branches. Like you're not
mm.
treated differently than any student that would be in, say, computer science or ENTC. It's all the same.
Nice. Great. So I guess this was it with the core review. Now I'll really like you to tell us five things which you really like about the college, and I won't number it, but things you don't like about the college, honestly.
Okay. So I guess I'll go with the five liked factors about the college. First of all is the
Mhm,
academics. The curriculum is really well structured and you get to learn a lot of things. Second
mhm,
is the peers, which has to be absolutely one of the main reasons why somebody should choose COEP. You get to be
great.
around really awesome people. Then
Mhm,
this third one is your social life that you develop out of college. So all the clubs, all the fests, all the memories you make out of it. That's
mhm,
definitely one of the important things. The fourth, of course, if you want to get a good job, then COEP has got you covered. The placements and internships are really awesome.
mhm,
And the fifth, I would say, in general, the campus, the places, it's a really old college, and you have all these awesome places to just sit around and look through. It's a beautiful place to be in. So those are five of the things that I like about the college. About the things I dislike, sometimes you can get burdened with the amount of load that you have. And
Mhm.
secondly, if you are a part of many clubs, you might find it difficult to manage time between things. So
Mhm.
sometimes that can hamper your academics or things like that. Thirdly, I mean, sometimes you might find faculties which are different than the others, and you might not connect very well. So it's a personal thing again. So that could happen. Yeah, that's some of the things that I not very into in COEP. I wouldn't say five exactly, but yeah.
Yeah. And last question for the day, that apart from the brand name, what makes COEP students stand out and perform better than the rest of the colleges in Pune?
Okay, so one thing I've experienced is that when you get into COEP, you are automatically surrounded in the mist, like your peers, your seniors, your faculty, all of them
Mm.
try to, bring in that COEP culture in you. That is something that you get to experience when you have spent time in the college.
Mhm.
Personally, I think that everyone strives to be the best, and that itself creates a good environment for others to sort of explore their ideas and bring out the best versions of themselves. I think that's what makes COAP different than all the other colleges.
Great. So this was it. I hope that everyone has gotten every aspect of what we were discussing throughout the video. And thank you for being with us. Thank you for taking out time. And you can share your experience. How was it? And yeah, that was the end of the review, official review.
Thank you.
हमने यार वीडियो में काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें डिस्कस करी प्लेसमेंट के रिगार्डिंग। हमने देखा कि कैसे प्रोसेस होती है, ठीक है, ये सारी चीज़ें तो हमने देख लिया, लेकिन कुछ स्टैटिस्टिकल थिंग्स होती है जो एक स्टूडेंट हमेशा देखता होता है, तो हम अभी थोड़ी सी स्टैटिस्टिक्स भी कवर कर लेते हैं। सो एवरेज सीटीसी जो था COEP में इस साल, दैट वाज अराउंड 7.5 LPA। अब यार ये चीज़ थोड़ी सी कम लग रही होगी अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ द कॉलेज। ये क्यों होता है? ये इसलिए होता है क्योंकि यार सारे ब्रांचेज हैं यहाँ पे, मेटलर्जी, मैकेनिकल, प्रोडक्शन, ठीक है, तो यार इनके थोड़े से जो पैकेजेस होते हैं, दे आर लिटिल लेस टू व्हाट CS IT ENTC स्टूडेंट्स गेट। इंडस्ट्री का डिफरेंस आ जाता है यार, इसलिए जो सब्सिक्वेंटली पैकेजेस होते हैं वो भी कम हो जाते हैं, ठीक है। हाईएस्ट पैकेज वाज ऑफर्ड वाज 36 लाख पर एनम, एंड प्लेसमेंट्स यार हमारे 99% प्लेसमेंट हो जाते हैं फॉर CSE, ठीक है। ओवरऑल प्लेसमेंट्स आर फैंटेस्टिक। मतलब अगर आप पूरे महाराष्ट्र में IIT बॉम्बे को छोड़ के, अगर जो भी कॉलेज IIT बॉम्बे और VNIT नागपुर को छोड़ के अगर कॉलेज को देखें, तो डेफिनेटली द प्लेसमेंट्स आर वेरी वेरी फैंटेस्टिक, माइंड ब्लोइंग। और अगर यार आपको मेजर रिक्रूटर जो भी है COEP में कौन कौन रिक्रूट करता है, अगर आपको इनकी लिस्ट चाहिए तो मैंने आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में एक लिंक दे रखी है, तो यू कैन एक्सेस दैट whenever you want to. Major recruiters include RCCM, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Endurance City, बजाज, हीरो मोटोकॉप, अवाया, फिर काफ़ी सारे 200-250 कंपनीज आती है कॉलेज में, तो हर एक का नाम तो मैं अभी नहीं बता सकता। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट भी है, डॉश बैंक आती है, टेक्सास इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, एप लैब्स, फिन IQ, काफ़ी सारी कंपनीज है। सो आई गेस सारी चीज़ें हमने कवर कर ली है वीडियो में। अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया तो डू कंसिडर लाइकिंग द वीडियो यार। दिस हेल्प्स कि जब भी आप कोई मतलब सर्च करता है ना COEP रिव्यू के बारे में, तो सर्च इंजन में थोड़ा सा ऊपर हमारा वीडियो शो होता है, तो बेसिकली एवरीवन कैन गेट टू नो व्हाट इज़ इन द कॉलेज, व्हाट द कॉलेज प्रोवाइड्स। काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें होती है कॉलेज के बारे में जानने, मतलब कॉलेज में एडमिशन लेने से पहले जानने वाली, तो वो हम दे पाए, लोगों तक पहुंचा पाए, ठीक है। अगर आपने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो डू सब्सक्राइब द चैनल। उसके बाजू में एक बेल आइकन है, उसको भी हिट कर दो, यू विल गेट आवर लेटेस्ट नोटिफिकेशंस। उसके बाद मैंने जो स्टार्टिंग में बोला था, कोडिंग निंजास का जो रेफरल लिंक है वो डिस्क्रिप्शन में है, तो डू चेक इट आउट। अभी तक हमने अगर वीडियो को देखा है, लाइक नहीं किया तो लाइक भी कर दो, ठीक है। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। टिल देन यार, टेक केयर, बाय बाय, थैंक यू।